Now at 10, a heated meeting tonight inside of a Utah builder's office. This after two homes crumbled down the side of a mountain. How the builders are responding.
Plus, a fire in Uinta County threatening homes. How big the blaze is and what investigators are saying about the cause. And a wildlife center set to close tonight. Several of Ogden's mayoral candidates saying the decision should be made after the election. How long does the center have before it's told to shut its doors?
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to ABC4 News at 10. I'm Glenn Mills.
And I'm Emily Flores. We thank you for joining us here. Tonight, dozens of people gathering at Edge Homes office in Draper to voice their concerns. This after two homes collapsed down the side of a mountain over the weekend.
ABC4's Elena Castro live in Draper tonight with reaction from that meeting. Elena.
Emotions were running high tonight at this town hall meeting held by Edge Homes for those in the Suncrest Draper area. People are hoping to be compensated for what they're now going through. They're worried for the valuation of their homes, the safety of their lots, but people overall just are hoping to get back to some degree of normalcy. The Suncrest neighborhood in Draper saw destruction and disappointment this weekend when two homes slid due to the recent flooding and faults in their foundation. Luckily, both homes had been evacuated since last November. Now the neighborhood is asking a lot of questions of Edge Homes, the builders of the neighborhood.
They've been horrible to us up till this point, but now I think they're changing their story and they're going to work with us more. So we'll see. We have mediation on May 8th. If we were treated fair, we would say that, but up till now we haven't been. As far as other people building homes, people like me aren't soil experts or engineers. We depend on the builders and the people we buy the homes from to give us something that we'll have as long as we live there.
Edge Homes issued a statement earlier today saying more analysis and data are necessary, but we are committed to finding the underlying cause of the problems to ensure they do not happen again. We do know that stability issues and structural concerns with these two homes existed even before this past winter began. Edge Homes also said in their statement that they are working with both homeowners of the homes that slid off the cliff to compensate for their relocation, housing expenses, and overall their convenience during all of this. Reporting live in Draper, Elena Castro, ABC4 News.
All right. Thank you, Elena. Let's head over for a first look at the forecast tonight.
Chief Meteorologist Lana Brophy standing by, and as those storms moved out, the skies got pretty colorful today.
They were beautiful. We're going to start with some double rainbow video coming out of South Jordan. The storms moved through. They packed a punch, but this is what we were left with. Now, we still have wet weather out there, but that is just stunning. Chris Williams sending us that video from South Jordan. It's just a great shot. Okay, now we know wet weather is holding on. Let's take a look at the storm tracker radar right now, give you an idea of where we're still seeing showers, because at times it's moderate rain that's coming down with these, but we have lost the intensity when it comes to thunder and lightning. The winds are still out there, though, as well. Let's zoom in and take a better look here. We've got snow in the mountains, snow levels initially starting at 8,000 feet. Then they're going to drop to the benches as we head through the early morning hours. We've got rain over the lake. It is still soggy up in Cache Valley, and we've got a swath of moisture over Salt Lake County that we're keeping an eye on because it's raining here at the studio, and we know portions of Salt Lake continue to see that wet weather. Now, we are going to be unsettled as we head into tomorrow. We had some really gusty winds come through with these storms. Highest wind gust numbers are healthy. Check that out in Salt Lake with a 47-mile-per-hour gust. Cedar City, Provo, Wendover, seeing those strong winds. Whenever you have thunderstorms, you get those outflow winds. And we know that the storms were on the move. Great picture coming out of the Suncrest area as we can see those sheets of rain in the distance. We're not done with this picture. I'm going to talk about how long these showers hold on and what to expect for your Tuesday morning coming up in my full forecast in just a few moments. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
Lana, thank you. State and federal fire crews working to put out hot spots on the Red Bridge fire in Uinta County today. That fire burning on the Uinta and Ouray reservation south of Fort Duchesne. Local volunteer fire agencies first responding yesterday afternoon to the reports of a brush fire reported on tribal land. The fire burning until around 3:30 this morning before flames were considered out, but daytime heating and wind kicking up those flames again earlier today. Federal resources have put firefighters on the ground, And the Utah National Guard assisting from the air with 2 Black Hawk helicopters using water buckets.
The help we have right now, we're making pretty good progress. The helicopters are doing a wonderful job. They're able to put the water to the hot spots where we can't get bodies on it right now.
As of 8 o'clock this evening, the fire now 90% contained at 452 acres. Investigators say it was human-caused.
And now to an update on a story we first brought you earlier this month. Ogden City mayoral candidates now speaking out in favor of a wildlife rehabilitation center, despite the city's plan to shut it down. The rehab center's director saying Ogden City's plan to expand the neighboring dinosaur park will demolish their building and replace it with a parking lot. The center's asking for at least 1.5 years in order to raise enough funds to move into a temporary facility, or 5 years to build a permanent home. Ogden City's mayor is not running for re-election, and current candidates are upset with the city's move to kick the wildlife center to the curb before a new mayor has any say in the matter.
The reality is that pushing them out is going to be a disservice to all of Ogden City in northern Utah.
Nearly 3,000 people have signed an online petition to save the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, showing that the community is really starting to rally around this organization. And today, the Salt Lake Public Library System announcing a plan to unionize the 345 employees across the 9 library branches throughout the Salt Lake Valley. And according to the union organizers, workers are addressing longstanding problems in the library workplace, like safety, excluding staff from making decisions, lack of transparency, low wages, and inaccessible health care. Union organizers adding that currently Salt Lake Public Library workers are the only group of public employees in the city who are excluded from collective bargaining rights. The library releasing a response to the announcement. They're saying in part, quote, SLC PL's top priority is to care for each other, and library leadership is looking at this as an opportunity to learn more about ways we can make our organization an even better place to work.
Coming up, Fox News and TV host Tucker Carlson parting ways, the details of the split and what the network is saying about that departure.
And the hail was coming down here at the ABC4 studios as strong thunderstorms rolled through the Wasatch Front. Look at that on the weather porch. But then the storms cleared, and this is what we were left with. Great shot from Murray. Beautiful rainbows out there, but we still have wet weather. How long it hangs on in Utah's most accurate forecast.